As you know, 7 years ago, I was drenched by an ice bucket on the steps of the dining hall across the way after accepting the ice bucket challenge from Professor Orla Hardiman. And I have to say, I remember her words on that day because they were really inspiring. She said, "Keep up the battle, keep up the challenge, and keep the work going." And that was in the context of the fight against motor neuron disease and indeed other neurodegenerative conditions. And she was right. And because of that, today it gives me great pleasure to be back here to launch Precision ALS, a major European research collaboration in the area of e-health, which will use advanced technologies to develop new therapies to save lives and change lives for the better.
One of the great features of these SFI centres is the way they bring researchers together from across institutions to form that critical mass of expertise. And I think that's really, really important that we work together across those institutions. I'd also like to welcome our industry collaborators. We know that these initiatives are also dependent on that. And thank you for investing and engaging in the research programme.
There's 3 reasons to be excited by this project. The ambition. The ambition here is ultimately to find effective therapies, a cure for this disease, to understand the biological basis of why different patients have different journeys, and to design therapies based on that very rich data to give people the right treatment at the right time and deliver it to the right patients. It's European in scope. The access that you have through your collaboration in TRICALS, and again, what's TRICALS? The Treatment Research Initiative to Cure ALS. The retrospective access you have to data and the prospective cohort is going to be invaluable, and above all, the fact that it's transdisciplinary. This is 2 very different SFI centres, FutureNeuro in rare neurological diseases, and ADAPT with its core expertise in artificial intelligence, as the Tánaiste has eloquently explained, bringing those different technologies together to that goal of personalised treatment for ALS as an exemplar of the broader range of debilitating neurological diseases.
As a clinician, I recognise this as a name, the factors that lead to it, the way the disease progresses, the genetics underlying this, they're probably different in different people. We know this about lots of neurodegenerative diseases, that they're heterogeneous, they're not the same. There are clinical manifestations that I can recognise in my clinic, but that doesn't mean that the causes are the same, and it probably doesn't mean that the treatments are the same. And what we need to do is build a new approach where we can understand the disease in all its iterations, understand the factors that lead to the disease, understand the factors that lead to the disease progression, and then put in treatments that either can arrest the disease or treatments that can stop it happening, if we can identify people who are at risk, or at least slow it down. And that's what Precision ALS is about. And what we need to do is build a new approach where we can understand the disease in all its iterations.
And today we think about some of the conflicts that are in the world. It's a good example of where Europe can come together and do something that really makes a difference. I think that when we put together the team, we were looking for expertise across the medical side, clinical side. We were looking across AI, data analytics, people who wouldn't worry about boundaries of university or centre, but actually put together to actually really build what can be a breakthrough for the future.
So I'd like to thank Science Foundation Ireland for funding this ambitious programme, and congratulate and wish the best of luck to Professor Hardiman, Professor Wade, and all of the teams involved.
The reason why we're here is to tell M&D we're coming after you. Watch your back, M&D. Precision ALS. Even the title of the programme is inspiring for people with M&D. Today is a turning point. I truly believe this day will be historic. People will remember being here to start to beat